I'm Andrew Harrison. I work for Big Bus Tours. I look after the global sales within Europe. If you go way back when, like in the 90s, Hop and Hop Off didn't exist, so it kind of wasn't a brand that really people knew about or what we were doing. So it's something that's very early, started from a small family. They literally cut the tops off of buses. It's kind of how they created the brand of Hop on Hop Off. And from that kind of spiraled. So we're in 24 locations globally. So for example, London's our hub. Obviously you've got New York, you've got San Francisco, you've got Sydney, everywhere kind of globally that we're working towards. It's kind of what we would class as key cities that we work within. Obviously there's smaller cities that we're trying to work on to try and grow our business. We work with a lot of local partners, especially in the hotel business. So we work in different multiple levels. So we work on a global sales team myself. So obviously that's looking after the main key accounts, but within the local teams, you've got kind of what we class as a concierge market. So like the Golden Keys in London is massive, but it's also global. So we work a lot with the hotels and day-to-day business. So again, what we're quite lucky with in certain locations, we can change our routes to work with a certain location. So in Dublin was a really good example. So we've got a main key area in Dublin, but outside of that is the hotels. So we worked with them and we've said, right, well, if we stop there at like 9 o'clock in the morning, could we pick up your guests, take them into town so it kind of integrates into the local area as well? And that's kind of a big focus for us going forward. If you go back to our business before COVID, we used to have a lot of on-street sales teams. So it's kind of, we used to have people located on our bus stops. So if we go to like 40 locations basically within one city, we could be having as many stops. We used to have a local sales team within the stops that used to sell day to day. But we're seeing a real transition of where it's going online. So the future bookings are kind of coming so much further in advance for us. It used to be kind of 1 to 5 days, but we're now looking at some bookings coming in at like 50 days before. And that's really where we see a lot of the market coming in. But obviously, that local piece is always going to be key for us as well. We're very open, we're very public about our brand. I mean, if you go to any of the cities we're in, you'll see us, like, we are very key about our brand. And we've always been very focused on the fact that Big Bus is a brand and it's a family. We've started by a family and we will remain that business. So a lot of us have worked there for long enough. We all work as one team and work closely as a family. Without that, we kind of lose who we are, and we don't want to do that. We've got a team in our London office looking after sustainability, and that could be anything from the offices we're based in, trying to convert those into greener spaces, but also Paris, we're going fully electric, and that's led generally by the government, but also us. They're trying to remove the piece of having buses on the road. So what that means is when in Paris, we won't have the opportunity to have the old buses. So we're getting a new depot as well, which is fully electric as well. So it's all going that way for us. And I think that's the way for us to keep up with the trends, because obviously it's still a big bus, right? There's an element that you can only change so much, but electric is really helping us convert that next phase.